Hello everybody, my name is Davis, and welcome back to another video, and today we're here for another severe weather breakdown. Now, we have some tornado potential today, as well as a couple of hurricanes out in the ocean, so I figured I'd go ahead and make my morning time video. So let's go ahead and get right into it. Starting off with the SPC outlook for today, we have three different marginal risks of severe weather today. One is down here in the Carolinas, as well as parts of Georgia. One is down here with Texas, Arizona, and New Mexico, and one is here in the New England states, specifically up here mainly with Massachusetts and Rhode Island. So let's go ahead and break down the threats that these bring. Now, starting off with the tornado threat for today, like I said earlier, we do have some tornado potential today, and New York City is included in this. So y'all in New York, or anywhere northeast of there, all the way up into Springfield and Boston almost, really, you need to be watching out. You have some tornado potential today. We're going to have some storms roll through here that are going to be rotating a decent amount, and we might honestly see a 5% risk of a tornado today. That's not extremely likely, but I am saying that it's a possibility. Damaging wind threat, we have three different 5% risks of damaging winds of 60 miles an hour or higher today. So if you're in any of those cities, watch out. The one down here extends all the way from Phoenix and Tucson over towards Midland and Lubbock. The one down here with Georgia and the Carolinas goes all the way south of Savannah, all the way up north of Wilmington. And then the one in the New England states includes New York all the way up into Springfield almost, like the southern bits of Springfield. So look out for that. Hail threat for today. We do also have a 5% risk of hail of 1 inch or larger here down in the Four Corner states as well as Texas. So look out for that. Once again, if you're in any of those cities in the brown there. So yeah, let's go ahead and move on to the window destruction meter. Now today we are at only a low risk for window destruction. Because the places where we're going to get tornadoes are not the same places where we're going to get the large hail. So down in the Texas, Arizona, New Mexico, you're at a low risk today. Up in the Northeast, since you have that tornado threat, you're in low risk today. So basically anywhere in a marginal risk today is under a low risk of window destruction, so look out for that. You could see some windows getting crashed. Moving on to tomorrow's SPC outlook, we do not have any marginal risks as of right now, but we'll almost certainly get one here. Probably somewhere in the Great Plains region, if I had to guess. Going into Friday, we already have a marginal risk of severe weather here on the New Mexico-Texas border that already includes Lubbock, so look out. This will most likely get a slight risk at some point just because of how far out we are, and it already has a marginal risk. So look out for that. Moving on to the excessive rainfall outlook. If it'll load, please load. Okay, well, I guess it doesn't want to load, so we're going to do this instead. We're going to go ahead and look at this excessive rainfall outlook. We have two slight risks of excessive rainfall today. One is up here in the Northeast and the New England states. That's a 15% chance of flash flooding in the yellow. One is down here with Texas and New Mexico. Once again, 15% chance of flash flooding in the yellow, so look out for that. The slight risks in total include 32 million people. So 32 million people today have a 15% risk of flash flooding in the U.S. Apparently we can't move on to the next days with the thing at the bottom. I don't know why this is broken. Okay, you know what? We're just going to move on to the National Hurricane Center because nobody really cares about the excessive rainfall outlook anyway. National Hurricane Center, we have a disturbance here that has an 80% chance to form the next 7 days and a 50% chance to form the next 48 hours. And I mean, this could be a real problem, guys. Like this, right now, it's looking like it could head up here towards like the Mid-Atlantic region, the Delmarva region maybe. So y'all need to be looking out for this thing. I mean, this could be a real threat here, especially since it has a very high chance to form. So look out for that for sure. Hurricane Lee here, currently a Cat 3, is expected to go up into the Nova Scotia region, but we're going to break that down more later. Hurricane Margot is just going to be a fish storm, and in fact, it's just going to turn into nothing soon. It's going to kind of sit there in a little circle going back and forth. Eastern Pacific, we do have a disturbance that has a 70% chance to form the next 7 days and a 60% chance to form the next 48 hours. And this is another big threat because this could head for Hawaii. We're really not too sure yet, but I mean, if this forms, which it's likely to, I mean, that would be, that might not be good. I'll just say that much. Moving on to the path for Hurricane Lee. Right now it is a Category 3 hurricane as of this morning here with 115 mile per hour winds. Soon it's gonna be a Category 2, by the time this video posts, honestly. And then eventually, by the time it gets up towards the Bermuda area, it's gonna be probably a Cat 1, high-end Cat 1 here with about 90 mile an hour winds, but you're not gonna actually feel 90 mile an hour winds because you're not gonna get a direct impact, but you could definitely get some side effects from Hurricane Lee, like some heavy rainfall, some high winds, some high tides, so it could be like your kind of a tropical storm for stuff here in Bermuda, so look out for that. I do know they have tropical storm warnings in effect, or tropical storm watches, I believe, in effect here for Bermuda. So take those seriously, obviously. Moving off to the north here, this is what Hurricane Lee is going to do. It's going to be a Cat 1 for just a little bit, and it's going to head up here and make landfall, as of right now, most likely somewhere in Maine, New Brunswick, and Nova Scotia. So look out in this region. You're expected to get the direct impact from Hurricane Lee as just a tropical cyclone, a tropical storm, but it is going to have 60 mile an hour winds. It's going to bring some very high tides. It's going to have heavy rainfall, so y'all up here in the northeast in Canada need to be looking out. Also, some side effects might be felt here in the other New England states, for example, like Rhode Island, Connecticut, Massachusetts, New Hampshire, Vermont, you know the deal. And then now we can actually see what Hurricane Lee is going to do after it makes landfall up here. It's expected to go up to the north and east and make another landfall up here in Canada near Newfoundland and Labrador. And then by the time it reaches this area, it will just be a 40 mile an hour storm, but could still bring some high tides and gusty winds, so look out. That's pretty much it for today. If you guys did enjoy this video, then make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.